A very lovely afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. This is Nationwide. I am Ogochuka Ona in Abuja. And we begin with a report that troops of Operation Fansanyama in the northwest have arrested a notorious terrorist leader known as Abubakar Bawa Ibrahim, alias Habu Dogo, in Rumji village, Leja local government area of Sokoto. A statement by the Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, revealed that Habu Dogo is a wanted terrorist on the watch list of security agencies both in Nigeria and in the Niger Republic due to the transborder nature of his terrorist activities. Similarly, troops in the southeast arrested 7 IPOB ESN terrorist commanders and operatives during the period under review. Troops neutralized 187 terrorists, arrested 262 of them, rescued 147 kidnapped victims, and recovered arms. In the meantime, efforts of the Nigerian Navy in the fight against kidnapping, sea robbery, and piracy has continued to receive international recognition. The flag officer commanding Eastern West Naval Command, Rear Admiral Sahid Adesina Akinwade, used the feat to charge graduates of command-level officers, Course 7 of the Naval War College, Nigeria, to brace up for future challenges when giving commands of naval units and establishments. Paul Abel completes the report.
And the Commandant, Naval War College, Nigeria, challenged the 20 graduates from various branches of the Nigerian Navy to bring to bear knowledge acquired during the 3 weeks course, which focused on the rudiments of command, leadership, and management for commanders and lieutenant commanders, as this will help these operational level commanders to tackle numerous security challenges in Nigeria.
The numerous security challenges facing the country today, ranging from criminal to insurgent activities, has required the Nigerian Navy and the Armed Forces of Nigeria to up the ante in training, and the college has been living up to its billing.
You cannot be a good commander if you don't possess the attitude or the character of moral courage, physical courage, and integrity. Please know that whatever resources and men given to you to take charge is a burden that you must discharge sincerely, honestly, and with utmost level of integrity.
The graduates promise not to disappoint the nation and the Nigerian Navy.
I also thank the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral E.I. Ogala, Admiralty Medal, for nominating and providing us with the resources and enabling environment to attend this course.
Part of the course highlights for the selected successful officers include 46 lecture and syndicate sessions to equip them for command responsibility. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA.
The Director General of the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, Captain Alex Badi, and the Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Aviation and Aerospace Technology, Abiodun Akinlade, have visited the accident site of the Seco Sky SK-76 helicopter to oversee the progress and recovery and investigation operations. The helicopter operated by East Wind Aviation ditched off the coast of Bonny Finima on October 24, 2024, while transporting 8 individuals. Since the incident, the Director General of the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, Captain Alex Bade, with support from local and international partners, has coordinated a search and recovery mission to locate the wreckage and examine the circumstances of this tragic event. Officials reaffirmed government's commitment to a transparent and thorough inquiry into the accident to improve transport safety in Nigeria. And now the bid by members of an international drug syndicate that operates between Brazil, Ethiopia and Nigeria to smuggle into Lagos a total of 845 wraps of cocaine has been thwarted by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim has details of these and other NDLEA activities during the week.
The drug consignment worth 4,492,000,000 naira were recovered from 2 toilets of an aircraft from Addis Ababa to Lagos on Tuesday, 29th October 2024. No fewer than 30 suspects have so far been grilled in connection with the seizure. In the same vein, attempt by some drug trafficking syndicate to export large amount of cocaine, cannabis and tramadol concealed in body cream containers and pieces of artwork to Australia, United Arab Emirates and United Kingdom through some courier companies in Lagos were also blocked by NDLEA on Monday, 28th October 2024. In the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, a suspect was arrested with 147,000 pills of tramadol concealed in black nylon bags containing plumbing materials along Kwali-Gwagwalada Abuja Expressway on his way from Onitsha, Anambra State on Saturday, 2nd November 2024. A notorious drug dealer who has been on the watch list of Katsina State Command of NDLEA was on Wednesday, 30th October, arrested with consignment of Arizona, a strain of cannabis. Other suspects were arrested with different types and quantity of illicit substances in Adamawa, Kaduna, Edo, and Ondo states. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Kogi State has been rated among states in the north with a number of appraisals, sustainable landscape interventions following prompt payment of its counterpart funds. Charles Alpha reports that the World Bank and the federal government's special implementation support team was at the Ankpa Gully Erosion stabilization site for an on-the-spot assessment.
Erosion for years has been one of the major causes of displacement of people living along the corridor in Ankpa local government area of Kogi State. But after the Agricultural State Project Management Unit received additional 600 million naira to the 400 million naira already on ground as counterpart funding, it was no surprise the extent work has gone when the Special Implementation Support Team of the federal government and the World Bank embarked on a site inspection of the Ankpa Gully Erosion Channelization and Rehabilitation Project, which revealed remarkable progress.
In Ankpa, we say that we are impressed so far with the work on the ground. Our only comment will be to speed up the implementation.
The quality of work done here is world class. We're happy to report that the contractor is living up to the specifications that we saw designed, approved from the Federal Project Management Unit.
So far, the project has recorded successful execution of the Safe Life for Enabo and 300 water harvesting projects for dry season farming in Ankpa communities. The gully erosion isn't the only agricultural project ongoing in the area. After Governor Ododo flagged off the first phase of the Community Revolving Fund, about $250,000 was disbursed to 20 CIGS in 10 communities, with a total of 208 beneficiaries. The project has also supported farmers at the watershed with 30 hand-holding tractors and irrigation pumps at Etahi Omigbo, and Ankpa to increase agricultural production and income generation. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has donated the sum of 50 million naira as an endowment fund for the best overall graduating female students of the Federal University, Dusinma, Katsina State. This was when she received an award of honorary doctorate degree from the institution. Zara Umar Adamu reports.
Senator Remi Tinubu received the doctorate degree award for her exemplary leadership and concern to the girl child education and development. Represented by the wife of Gombe State Governor Asma'u Inuehaya, the First Lady noted that education has remained the driving force for all her charities she has been involved with over the years.
I consider this award as a challenge that will continue to inspire me in my effort to uplift others for greater good and development in our nation.
44 students out of the over 4,000 graduates bagged first-class degrees, while 872 are awarded with second-class degrees in various fields.
I will be failing in my responsibility as the Chancellor of this great university if I do not draw your attention to the security challenges bedeviling the university, which has made the conduct of any activity at the main campus impossible.
We are graduating a total of 297 postgraduate students. Out of this number, 18 have PhD, 226 has academic masters, 153 have professional diplomas, and 1 has PGD.
Wow, I feel so excited. So it has been a very challenging surrounding, but sitting here today is of something of joy. So I'm really happy.
3 other eminent Nigerians that distinguished themselves in various activities also received doctorate degree awards from the university. Zara Umar Adam, NTA News.
We'll be having more reports from our Jos Network Center, and Bilkisu Nuhu is standing by. Hello, Bilkisu.
Gochkuka, thank you for joining us in Jos. The Nigerian Immigration Service says its approach to addressing border safety using technology is born out of the need to meet global standards. Comptroller General of the service, Kemi Nanna Nandap, stated this in Jos during her visit to Governor Caleb Mutfwang. Indiang and the Abagyang report.
The Comptroller General was in Jos for the service's 2024 conference, tagged Enhancing Border Security and Immigration Management in Globalized World, Challenges and Opportunities for Nigeria.
The conference will serve as a platform for us to sit down and take stock of where we are, and also what are the strategies we have in place to move this service forward. And we intend to do this with Plateau State as a partner. We are going to make sure that we resuscitate our local government DIOs.
She told the state government that the Nigeria Immigration Service is strengthening technological approaches to manning borders within Nigeria and neighboring countries. Governor Caleb Mutfwang represented applauds the Immigration Service for efficient border management, promising to collaborate with the service while strengthening technological approaches to securing borders.
The issue of the ECOWAS biometric card is also something that we need to partner on so that we can fast track it so that the citizens of Plateau State will also enjoy that. But the passport office, the traffic there is very high. We think that it is good for Plateau State, or we're ripe for an additional 1 or 2 passport offices.
Governor Mutfwang advises that the solutions that will be drafted at the end of the conference should be of standard to be emulated by other nations. He also congratulated the Comptroller General as chairperson, ECOWAS Heads of Immigration Forum. In Jos, Indenyan and Abagyang, NTA News.
Wife of the Plateau State Governor, Helen Mutfwang, is urging mothers to avail their awards for immunization against childhood killer diseases. This was while flagging off integrated measles campaign in Jos. Again, Indiang and Abagyang has details.
Childhood killer diseases include measles, diphtheria, tuberculosis, polio, and tetanus. The immunization against the diseases will no doubt prevent childhood mortality and morbidity. Flagging off the measles campaign, wife of Plateau Governor Helen Mutfwang represented notes that Plateau is one of the 18 high-risk states, urging mothers to present their children for vaccination.
It is free, it is very safe, and the children need it to boost their immunity so that they can protect themselves against vaccine-preventable diseases.
We know that vaccines are safe, they are free, they are accessible. So I want to sensitize our mothers and communities to ensure that they take their eligible children for the vaccination.
Stakeholders in the health sector emphasize the need to protect children against the dreaded diseases.
As they have said, and we have said, that the vaccine is safe, so healthier, free and protectable. So you should be available. We will not in any way bring anything to our people that will destroy them, because you are ours and we are yours.
The vaccination is expected to run concurrently in the 17 local government areas of the state. In Jos, Indenyan, and the Abuja, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide continues in Abuja, but after this break.
And we're heading straight to Port Harcourt, where Chairman Obiakpo, local government area of River State, Chijoke Ihunwo, has assured the people of a conducive business environment for investors interested in doing business in the state. He gave the assurance while briefing newsmen in Port Harcourt, where he also charged indigents of the state on the need to continue to promote peace. Osinachi Samuel has details.
Local government is one of the commercial cities in Rivers State with abundant resources that can boost economic growth. Briefing journalists on diverse issues, the newly elected chairman, Chijoke Ihunwo, expressed commitment to rapid development, promising to embark on people-oriented projects and policies.
I believe with the progress we have made, the government has made, people are coming in to invest. Also going to have more investors to come.
On the recent court judgment restraining the Central Bank of Nigeria from releasing allocation due to Rivers State, he called on President Bola Tinubu for intervention, as such decision will have negative impact on the well-being of the people. On the devastating flood situation that has displaced some residents in parts of the LGA, Ihunwo warned against building on waterways and indiscriminate dumping of refuse.
I've also directed the Director of Works and the Works Department that on no account should any building approval be approved without them visiting the site. That will enable us to know why are you. You can't say a land for someone and the person is expanding to cover the road. And that is the waterway. And when they cover it, when the day comes, everywhere is blocked.
He charged the flood committee to provide succor to those living in affected areas, even as he affirmed his commitment to working with the state and federal government to ensure the safety and well-being of residents. He commended the Rivers State government for ensuring peace in the state and the successful conduct of the October 5 local government election. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
The Minister of Works, David Umahi, and some members of the National Assembly were on a two-day tour of the ongoing Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road construction and beneath the 11.8 kilometers section of the Third Mainland Bridge. Lanre Gbeleye reports that the delegation expressed satisfaction with the level of work done.
The tour of the project started with the Minister of Works taking the National Assembly members round the first segment of the 700 kilometers Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. The road, the National Assembly Committee on Works described as a step in the right direction for the socio-economic development of the nation.
Traveling this way, down to Ekpe, down to across so many states, up to Calabar, is a game changer.
The lawmakers also monitored the commencement of major repairs and restoration work underneath the Third Mainland Bridge. While speaking on the urgent need to ensure completion of the damaged portion underneath the Third Mainland Bridge, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, revealed that human and marine impact over the years had caused corrosion of pipe casings, thinning of bridge bearings, and many more necessitated the repair works.
Chlorination is the ability of the pipe cap to absorb the, chloride water, and that is what is attacking the rod inside. And if that is not, arrested, what you see is that suddenly this pipe cap, very strong structure, will become like biscuits. We need to thank Mr. President. It's President that came to correct the ills of this country. These bridges are critical infrastructure, and we must see it as such as Nigerians.
Other projects inspected during the tour were the Eco Bridge, Kata Bridge, and Marina. The minister also met with the contractors handling the projects, where he requested that a 1-hour documentary on all the repair works be done in 7 days and will be presented to the President and the National Assembly for allocation of funds to enable smooth completion of the ongoing major repairs. In Lagos, Lanre Bilayi, NTA News.
Lambata-Bida Road, a major corridor connecting the north and other parts of the country, which has been in a deplorable condition, is currently undergoing rehabilitation. Correspondent Esu Edodi reports that some palliative measures have been taken by the authorities concerned to fix some failed portions of the road to ease vehicular movement. In the past weeks, several goods and agricultural produce were reportedly destroyed due to the deplorable state of the road, making traveling difficult for road users. Commuters who are optimistic with the repairs, however, urged the federal government to expedite action and complete the road construction. Now, Nigeria's export potential cannot be overemphasized, but export business in Nigeria, especially the non-oil export, is not at its peak, with many still oblivious of the inherent gains. In this report, Joel Popola sampled the views of stakeholders on how Nigeria can leverage on non-oil export for the much-needed economic growth.
For the stability of the naira to be guaranteed, Nigeria must earn foreign exchange through export of commodities. With oil exports still dominant, experts believe Nigeria's export potential has not been fully maximized. Apart from solid minerals, Nigeria's agricultural produce, which are in commercial quantities, are parts of the major commodities in demand in the international markets. But many a times, enabling environment and government policy may slow down the realization of these prospects.
Bringing one policy today, changing it tomorrow, consistency in policies are major problems. No business can thrive in a situation of uncertainty. First thing they need to do, if we want to industrialize, we need to go to backward integration.
When you export, you earn a foreign exchange for the country. You benefit from that because you also can use your own foreign exchange for your imports.
The Nigerian Export Promotion Council is aware of these challenges, and the agency is addressing it in diverse ways to ensure steady flow of foreign exchange for the country.
One of the few things that we're doing to ensure that we reduce the logistic issues encountered by our exporters is to operationalize the domestic export warehouse and make it a one-stop shop where exporters can bring in their goods in containers, and all the agencies will do the documentation and the stamping, and once the container is sealed, it goes straight to the port.
The agency is working with all relevant stakeholders to change all the unwanted narrative to propel the Nigerian economy towards the path of growth. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
The Center for Journalism, Innovation and Development is leveraging its 2-hour project to train youths in digital content development and management. The campaign, tagged #WeForTruth, is being supported by the National Endowment for Democracy and the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Nigeria. Tokpe Alabi reports.
The 2024 theme of this year's Global Media and Information Literacy Week is highlighting the transformative impact of generative artificial intelligence, digital content creators, and the public court. The initiative is to encourage youth of school age brackets to always verify statuses of news materials, online content, and startups before dissemination to avoid misinformation and fake news.
So whenever you hear a rumor, you need to double check it with other sources, official sources. And then I felt fact-checking is so important wherever you are, not only in this country, but also in the Netherlands. If I cannot confirm something from 3 independent sources, then it is not worth to be published.
Dubawa in Hausa means to check the information, whether they are true and whether they are valid before making use of them.
With this, knowledge and with this education, they will be looking at not everything I hear, not everything I read are actually true. I need to search, I need to verify and ask questions.
I've learned that you shouldn't be selfish and share the correct information with others.
That it is always good to double check your information, and that we have to make sure that the information we hear is always true, and we shouldn't always spread false rumors.
I intend to actually carry this I've learned and also make use of it everywhere I go, because not everything I hear is actually true. So I have to make sure that what I'm gaining is valid.
The conversation is strictly about fact-checking and for everyone, including students, to be on the same page in the fight against misinformation for the common good of all.
Because we believe that if we catch them young to be fact-checkers, they will be able to scale down to the people that are not opportune to be in this.
Since AI is a new thing, we decided that, okay, how do we use AI to solve the problem of information disorder? So I create the Dubawa chatbot, where fact-checkers, journalists, young people like the ones we just trained can use that tool to verify any kind of information.
They're always online. So if we're able to teach these people on how to fact-check information, it reduces. They tell their parents, see their parents say, oh, I heard so and so. They're able to say, Mommy, let me fact-check it.
Since its inception in 2019, over 300 volunteers have participated in the campaign, with Dubawa's presence in Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Senegal, and the Gambia. In Abuja, Tokbe Alabi, NTA News.
And from Mina comes a report that more than 5,000 youths who have successfully acquired basic skills in various fields of endeavor have been presented with starter packs by the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission under its Youth Transformation Program. It is aimed at driving home the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to create job opportunities. Hussein Amusa reports that the first phase of the initiative covers communities affected by the operations of hydroelectric dams in 6 states of the Commission.
The starter pack ranges from sewing machines, makeup kits, kitchen appliances, to poultry and fish farm equipment, among others. The initiative is to correct the adverse effects of the operations of hydroelectric dams that has rendered the youth populations in these communities poor and vulnerable.
Mission and vision aligns with this administration's commitment to improving the life of Nigerians.
To get skills is one thing, and to use it is another thing different. So please and please do not sell your starter packs.
Fully prepared to reciprocate these kind gestures through improved performance. We are therefore already muting the idea of establishing an entrepreneurship and empowerment unit in the Commission.
Hyperdeck will do more of this, and most of the projects that will come will be tied to zonal intervention.
We're going to use it in a very, very beneficent manner so that you, tomorrow, you'll be able to help others.
I can electrify any village given to me now with the knowledge I have on electrical installation, power and machine.
By God's grace, I'm going to utilize what I learned from our mega fashion of design.
Beneficiaries whose businesses have already been duly registered with Corporate Affairs Commission were symbolically presented with starter packs. Emina Hussaina Musa, NTA News.
We'll now be joining Comfort in Enugu zone as she has more reports for us on Nationwide. Hello, Comfort.
welcome to Enugu Network Center. Enugu State government has flagged off the construction of rural roads in different parts of the state. Chika Ugu reports that the roads, when completed, will facilitate easy movement of people and goods to the rural communities, decongest the metropolis, and enhance economic growth.
The benefiting local government councils for the rural roads construction are Enugu East, Udi, Ezeagu, Uzuwani, Nkanu East and Nkanu West. Flagging off the multiple road projects, Governor Peter Mba promised to ensure that all the 17 local government areas of the state feel the impact of his administration's infrastructural developments. The governor restated his commitment to enhancing human and capital development.
We're going to serve the people of Enugu State with every fiber of our being. And so this road connection we're doing, it is not only restricted to Kano East. It's happening across the state.
The roads, which promise to have all the necessary furniture, such as traffic and street lights, will be constructed to stand the test of time.
By the time we put the walkway, by the time we do some engineering aspects of what you personally asked us to embed to make sure that this road lasts.
Top government functionaries, as well as indigenes of the communities, applauded the efforts of the state government to bring development to the rural areas.
What you are doing is economy. You are bringing back the economic glory of Enugu State.
Only people in the to thank you for this project. I have never seen this good.
The roads are expected to be completed within the next 5 months. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
About 90 youth from Enugu North and South have benefited from a 4-day training program on solar systems installation. The empowerment program was at the instance of the member representing Enugu North and South Federal Constituency, Timobi Sam Atu. Susan Eze has the details.
The project, which trained and empowered some graduates within Coal Camp and New Haven, parts of Enugu North and South Federal Constituency, focused on renewable energy installation, servicing, and marketing. This training, according to the sponsor, Representative Chimobi Ato, is to equip the youths with the skills needed for tomorrow's economy.
To all the successful participants, see this as a God-given opportunity to acquire skills that will prepare you for tomorrow. The world is turning to renewable energy source for everything. In fact, the energy crisis in Nigeria is enough reason for people to start investing in renewable energy.
Facilitators of the program, the National Power Training Institute of Nigeria, NAPTIN, Synergy Fields Nigeria, and the President of the International Youth Parliament, as well as other speakers, all agreed that producing the manpower to drive Nigeria's energy transition agenda is very crucial.
We've taught them. Now what we do is to watch them do what we taught them, while we correct them where they need to be corrected, and they are doing it very well.
Participants practicalized knowledge gained from the training, even as their benefactor inspected the mounting of solar systems in some parts of the metropolis.
I've gotten some experience and I've learned a lot too for the 4 days. And I think I'm good to go.
I've gone to training, but this one has just been, though we are introduced to new things, but in an acceptable way, so we love it.
Participants were presented NAPTIN's solar photovoltaic installer course certificates. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from here. Taking a break now to join Kaduna thereafter. Do stay with us.
Joining us in Kaduna. The federal government has asked for public understanding and support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's policies to avoid politicizing critical government decisions aimed at providing a strong base economy for the nation. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris Malagi, made the plea during his visit to Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, as well as the Nigerian Television Authority, Kaduna Network Center. Clement Olorutoba has the details.
The minister, who was received at the premises of NTA FRCN by the management of both organizations, featured on FRCN Current Affairs program, Hanun Diyawa, and later NTA Kaduna Current Affairs program, to spell out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's policies thrust to Hausa-speaking communities in the country. The minister noted that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu meant well for Nigerians with the introduction of some policies which are vital for development.
The CNG initiative, for example, after the removal of the fuel subsidy, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up with this CNG initiative, quite had a presidential CNG initiative. This is all aimed at helping Nigerians to cut the cost of money they spend on fossil fuels. It will also help Nigerians to also join the rest of the world in its energy transition from fossil fuel to renewable energy.
On the economic policies of government, the minister highlighted some positive results, which he said are obvious for citizens to see.
Inflation is certainly going to come down. Our foreign reserve is on the increase. Our ability to save money on account of the policy of government in deregulating the oil sector, more revenues are going to accrue to government. Then these revenues are going to go into other very critical sectors of roads, the healthcare system. About 10 healthcare facilities across this country have been fully rehabilitated.
The minister advised Nigerians not to be discouraged on what government will bring to the people for onward developments. In Kaduna, Clement Oloruntoba, NTA News.
The steering committee for the Special Agro-processing Zone has secured the backing of the Kano State government for the successful implementation of its programs. During the visit of the team to Kano State Government House, members of the committee engaged the state executive in a robust discussions aimed at reinforcing their partnership with the state government in its agricultural transformation agenda. Abdullahi Mustafa reports.
Kano, 7 other states and the Federal Capital Territory are the 8 implementation sites for the Special Agro-processing Zones program. It is an initiative of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture designed to boost Nigeria's agricultural sector. Kano's status as leading rice producer makes it a prime candidate to become a regional hub within the agricultural value chain. This potential informed the visit of the SAPZ Steering Committee to the Kano State Government House. With $130 million budgetary allocation, National Coordinator Kabir Yusuf disclosed Kano is primed to become the program's largest beneficiary.
We supported these farmers, 504 of them, on rice value chain, good agronomical practices of rice value chain. We also supported the other 504 on good agronomical practices on tomato value chain.
I'm sure His Excellency will be more than willing to make sure that he effects the prompt release of the Kano State government counterpart funding. I assure you of that.
He believes that the initiative has the potential to drive economic growth and create jobs for Kano's youth. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
And that's our contributions from this end. Nationwide continues in our Abuja studio. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, Arjengi, for your contributions. And now, Nigeria's power infrastructure is under threat by vandals, disrupting electricity supply and impacting negatively on the economy. Joshua Ojito takes a look at the spate of vandalism of power infrastructure in the country and measures to safeguard them.
From north to south, vandalism of transmission lines and towers continue to impact negatively on the national grid, with huge losses on the economy. The recent 10 days blackout in 17 northern states caused by vandalism of Shiroro Kaduna and Ugwaji appeal transmission lines, as well as destruction of towers along Port Harcourt-Yenagoa line, crippled socio-economic activities in parts of the country. These raise concerns on the safety of power infrastructure and investment in the sector, as calls for the deployment of technology and securities to safeguard power assets in flashpoints get louder.
Transmission is seriously handicapped because they cannot stand by every tower all over the country to say we are monitoring them. But they can also go ahead to work with community people.
Regular vegetation control of transmission lines for clearer visibility and decentralization of the national grid are measures industry players say the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, can adopt to mitigate impact of vandalism on the national grid.
We used to have what you call power lines communication. Power line communications runs through all the high tension lines that you see in this country, from tower to tower. What is happening to power lines communication? That was the most effective means of communication. And then those were fault locators.
Also, a national rebirth campaign to reorient Nigerians to take ownership of public infrastructure should be launched by relevant agencies to complement community engagement by the TCN. Regulation to sanitize scrap metal market, as well as stiffer punishment for vandals, stakeholders believe can end vandalism of power infrastructure. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
The nation's law on vandalism and electricity theft is unambiguous on the punitive measures for this unwholesome act. Regardless of this, ignorance of the law is not an excuse, as security agents and electricity experts are advocating stepping up enforcement by using technology, which will serve as deterrent to offenders and bring about swift justice. Larry Gbelei tells us more.
One of the challenges of power distribution companies is electricity theft, which include bypassing, stealing, and utilizing power without paying for it, with the most common forms as meter bypassing and illegal connection.
I believe that as a responsible human being, you should be able to pay for what you use.
Many people believe that everything government should provide free, and I told people government cannot provide everything free for you. We have to support government in doing everything.
Northern blackout was not due to technical grid collapse. It was vandalization.
Minister of Power recently briefed the members of the Assembly on the recent power infrastructure vandalization, which he says is worrisome. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps says it has stepped up protection of the national assets to incorporate the use of technology in monitoring against vandals.
And I believe that very soon, it will have fine-tuned the processes, and this will be made available for us to use. It is not an open source document because of the security implication of it. But when it's launched, finally, then it will enhance the monitoring of these critical national assets and infrastructure.
The NSCDC is therefore calling the attention of the public to an app launched by the Ministry of Interior called N-Alert, which is for citizens to inform relevant authorities about any unwholesome act. The court also says the Criminal Code Act Section 451 on miscellaneous offenses states that willful destruction of public property attracts 21 years in prison, which is enough information as they engage communities where these infrastructures are situated. In Lagos, Larry Gbelei, NTA News.
Reward for excellence as a pivot role to achieving high standard and professionalism has again resonated as the Nigerian Army presented awards of excellence to officers of the Training and Doctoring Command who distinguished themselves. Fatima Usman reports that officers who performed creditably well in the 4 promotional examinations were recognized, while 81 Division Nigerian Army Lagos was also honored for being the best on frequency and quality of training that improve fighting skills and warrior ethos for the year 2024.
and Doctrine Command, Nigerian Army, is saddled with the responsibility of conducting practical and written promotional examinations as a career progression assessment of officers to evaluate their proficiency while also developing their competence and junior leadership capabilities. The 2024 award, put together by TRADOC in collaboration with Army Headquarters, was to reward excellence, instill the culture of hard work, and promote healthy competition among officers towards achieving high standards and professionalism in the Nigerian Army. Acting Chief of Army Staff, Major General Olufemi Oluyede, was represented at the event.
It is the responsibility of course to prepare their officers for examinations as a veritable tool for mentorship and career development towards achieving professionalism.
All the awards and recognitions have become essential as a means of promoting as well as enhancing the overall administrative efficiency and operational effectiveness of the Nigerian Army.
The Acting Chief of Army Staff Representative had earlier inaugurated the Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja's multipurpose hall, built to serve as a vehicle to enhancing training and social activities within the cantonment. Fatima Usman, NTA News.
Ahead of AFCON 2025 qualifiers, Nigeria's Super Eagles will commence camp November 10th in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, for their return leg against Benin Republic. Details and more, let's join Suleiman Musa on Sports Update.
Nigeria Super Eagles is set to open camp in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, the adopted home ground for Benin Republic, on November 10, ahead of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier match day 5 fixture against Benin Republic. The match, which is scheduled for Thursday, November 14, before they welcome Rwanda 4 days later in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State to round up their qualifying campaign, will see the West African brothers go toe-to-toe in the battle for the qualification. Nigeria currently sits top of Group D with 10 points from 4 games, while Benin are second on 6 points with same number of matches played. Rwanda are third on 5 points, while bottom team Libya are already eliminated as they only have a point. Still on football, Bayelsa State government has assured of partnering the Nigerian Nationwide League 1 (NLEA) in supporting grassroots football development in the state. The Deputy Governor Lawrence Erujapo made a statement when he played host to the Chief Operating Officer Olushola Ogunnowo and League Manager Tayo Iyelu in his office. The Deputy Governor emphasizes that the state is a ground of grassroots sports development, especially football, where talent can be harnessed, as Bayelsa stand out as sport-friendly state with huge investment in football. Elsewhere, the Board of Administration of Confederation of African Volleyball, CAVB, has officially appointed Engineer Musa Nimrod as the president of the CAVB Beach Volleyball Commission. The appointment, which was made in Casablanca, Morocco, stakeholders say represents a significant milestone not only for Nimrod, but also for the future development of beach volleyball in Nigeria and across Africa. In his acceptance speech, Nimrod expressed his vision for beach volleyball, promising to elevate it to one of the premier sports on the continent. And finally, British number 1 Kati Bulta was comfortably beaten in straight set by Russian top seed Diana Schneider in the final of the Hong Kong Open. Bulta, seeded second, was bidding to win a third WTA title of the season, but was never in the contest, losing 6-1, 6-2 to the world number 14 in 1 hour 11 seconds. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And that's Nationwide today. Thanks for watching.